Got my doctor.
I love you, Kenzie. I love you so
I'm gonna
much.
take a selfie.
Just a little video. Just saying hi.
My name is Mickenzie Haan. I'm a music education major, and I was in a coma this summer. Woo! I was on a tour with the University Choir and Orchestra, and tour this past year was in the Pacific Northwest. And we just toured around, sometimes doing 2 concerts a day, and I had 2 solos per concert. So May 12th is a Thursday, and I was so sick that I just said, okay, I gotta go to an urgent care. Got some antibiotics. The next day felt so great. And the next day, I woke up in the middle of the night to reach for my phone at the end of my bed, and I hit my head. And the next morning, my head hurt a lot. And I thought that it was a headache. And despite the pain that I felt, I still sang in our last concert on May 15th. At this time, everyone had thought that I had a concussion because I hit my head and my head hurt the next day. So went to the hospital, took a CT scan, and there was no swelling to be had. And from that moment, I went into a coma. So the rest of the story, I only know from, from people telling me because I don't remember it at all. That night, was sick even more so. Monday, they gave me another CT scan, and the right side of my brain had swelled. The doctor came in, opened up my eyes and shook my head around, and my eyes don't move at all. And that's due to the cranial pressure. And they call that doll eyes. So that was just a sign that I needed an emergency surgery.
My sister had her craniectomy, and that being a surgery that allows the brain to swell without the possibility of too much pressure on the brainstem, which does cause fatality. From that point, it was a process of 80 days in the hospital. It was a process of the unknown, not knowing what was going to happen, and the fact that it took so long for the doctors to diagnose it really explained the severity of the situation. It became a lot of truly discovering what patience meant. After her initial brain surgery to relieve the brain swelling, the neurologist pulled my parents aside, and I heard him say, "I just wanted to let the both of you know that you're not going to get your daughter back if she survives, because she's not going to have a pristine healing. People don't come out of this okay, and she isn't going to do well." I remember just thinking, how am I going to live past this? This cannot be happening right now. It was a sentence of no hope, no God, no belief in a power that does save with miracles. So we took that word pristine and we said, okay, this is going to be the motto for the rest of the time, no matter how long it is. This is going to be our word. And we clung to that and we said, Mickenzie will have a pristine healing. She will survive past this night and past the next day and the next week and month and year, and that she can live a life that we hope for her to live. So after several weeks, the doctors came back and they said, we got it, we have the diagnosis. It's called acute hemorrhagic leukoencephalitis. We're like, oh, what? What is that? Sorry, say that again? And they said, we only have about 100 cases of this in the world that's ever been documented. The survival rate is very, very low, and it just made us realize how incredibly lucky and blessed we were to still have her with us even after the first week.
The main thing that I remember when I came out of my coma was my family. And I vividly remember just waking up every day knowing I can't walk on my own. Swallowing and breathing on my own was the #1 priority, and I had to relearn that as well. But I started physical therapy, speech therapy, and occupational therapy, and I had those 3 every single day. And I just remember just the determination that I had to have to gain back what I didn't have anymore. Our release date was August 3rd. We drove home 12 hours and we were very happy to be home. And the next day I walked by myself for the first time, and Maddie stayed 2 weeks at home and then went off to her sophomore year, and I stayed home to take a semester off. And that's really truly when the suffering began, I feel, because not going back to school, that was an interesting challenge that I had to face, and that goes alongside my relationship with God. It was a challenge because I asked why did this happen? Why is my senior year not going as planned? But the definition of pristine is perfect, and that is who God is, and we are perfect in His image. And I have lots of artwork around just declaring that I'm gonna have a pristine recovery, and I have since I'm here.